Hey everybody, Dustin Dales back here. I'm at Omaha Comic Con, Council Bluffs, Mid-America Center. You definitely want to come out here this weekend. There's all sorts of booths you can check out. Plus, we got some great guests that you can meet as well. One of the biggest movies ever was Guardians of the Galaxy, and they were lucky enough to score one of the actors in that movie. So please welcome to Omaha, Mr. Sean Gunn.
Hello. Hello, Omaha. It's nice to be here.
Have you been to Omaha before?
I have, but it's been many, many years. It's been almost 20 years. I was at a wedding here some time ago. It's a great city.
A wedding? How'd you end up at a wedding in Omaha?
My buddy from St. Louis got married to an Omaha lady, and they got married out here, and yeah, that's the last time I was here, but I like it here.
And it never came back after the wedding, huh?
Well, it's been a while. I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're searching the galaxy, apparently, so you got other things to do besides that.
It's been very, very busy.
So Guardians of the Galaxy blew up.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys were filming that movie, did you think it would get that big?
You know, I didn't really have the sense that it was going to be as big as it was, but I had a very good feeling because I knew how good the script was, and I knew kind of how much love we were putting into making the movie, and I just had a feeling that once, you know, Disney and Marvel saw how good it was, that they were going to do a great job promoting it, which they did, and so I had very high hopes, and probably didn't have as much to lose as some of the major people involved, so I was very happy. I was very pleased, you know.
Now, Guardians of the Galaxy, it's part of that big, huge Marvel universe, so obviously that's blown up. Has Disney been treating you well with that?
Of course. Yeah, it's always, I'm very grateful to be a part of the MCU. It's a nice place to be.
Now, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you guys finished filming, right?
Yes, we did. We finished about 3 weeks ago, and for about, 5-6 month shoot. And I love the movie. I think it's like honestly the best project I've ever been a part of. And it was a lot of work and a lot of fun to shoot.
What can you tell us about the second one? Can you give us any things to look forward to for that?
Very, very little. I can tell you that we deal with Peter Quill's relationship with his father in the second movie, and I can tell you that the familial relationships in general play a very strong role, and there's nice big arc for Gamora and Nebula and their storyline that was one of my favorite parts in the movie, and I think it's a little funnier and a little weirder, and I kind of like it, just as much or even more than the first movie.
Have you ever been to one of these conventions and seen someone come dressed up as your character?
Once. Yeah, just once.
Make sure you do that.
I know, yeah. It's flattering. It's a little crazy, but it's flattering. Maybe after the second movie, it might happen a little more often.
What's the craziest costume you've seen come through one of these things?
Who was the guy? There was a guy who had like all Pop-Tart boxes. It was like a whole costume made of, I think it was Pop-Tart boxes, and it's like that's a thing to do, I guess.
Now, one big show you were on was Gilmore Girls, and some big news broke this year. Gilmore Girls is coming back on Netflix.
Yes, we did a reboot. We're looking at a release date of later in this year at some point, hopefully. That was awesome to be a part of. I was doing double duty, traveling back and forth, shooting Guardians 2, and then also shooting Gilmore Girls at the same time. So it's been a busy year for me. That's why this is my first convention of the year. So I'm happy to be here.
With Gilmore Girls, is it a reboot, or are they just kind of adding on to the story?
Well, I don't know, they call it a reboot, but yeah, it picks up basically right where we are in time. It's 9 years, 10 years after the last episode from before. But I think that fans of the original series are going to be happy. It felt very much like the original series felt to me. It had the same vibe and spirit, and it was really like walking right back onto set. It was a trip.
Did it feel good to get back with that cast and hang out with them again?
It did. It did. There were so many people I hadn't seen in a while or had just seen at Edward Herman's memorial service, which was a really sad occasion. And so to get back on set, it was really nice to see some of the people I hadn't seen in a long time.
Now, I forgot to ask this while we were talking about Guardians. On the first one, you were actually, you played Rocket Raccoon as well on set.
I play Rocket on set, and I do the motion reference for his face and hands. It takes a team of people to create Rocket, from me to the visual effects people. The writer already does so much of the work, and then Bradley kind of ties the whole thing together, and he breathes life into the performance and does the voice, and yeah, so I'm sort of a member of that team, I guess.
Was it pretty tricky acting out Rocket?
It can be tricky sometimes, although it's a little less stressful than my other job on camera, because anything I do can be fixed in post if I mess it up too bad.
That's very true. That's very true. Now, is there any other big projects coming up you want to tell people about?
Gilmore Girls later this year. Guardians comes out May 5th of next year. Wrapped this movie called The Belko Experiment. That's a horror film last year. That I'm waiting for some hopefully good news about a release date for that. Stay tuned for that. That's a really cool, weird, violent movie. So there you go.
And where can people keep in touch with you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter at Sean Gunn or on Instagram at The Judge Gunn, which is a nickname from my youth.
I like it. I like it. Well, Sean, thank you for hanging out with me, man.
Thanks a bunch.
Hopefully Omaha treats you well.
I'm happy to be here. I'm hoping to have a good time this weekend. Come out and see me.
Make sure you come out and see Sean. He's here signing autographs, taking pictures, all sorts of great stuff. So make sure you come out to Omaha Comic Con, Council Bluffs, Mid-America Center, all sorts of great stuff. It's lasts through Sunday, so you got some time to get out here. Make sure you come out, say hi to Sean, and check out all the booths. Such great stuff.